Hello, welcome to lesson 1.5, solving equations with variables on both sides. The goal of today's lessons will be to solve equations in one variable that contain variable terms on both sides. So a little review from last time, because we're going to still follow the same equation solving procedure, and I want you guys to write this in your notes again, even though you wrote it last lesson, just so that we get this procedure down, because it's going to be the same. So our goal, again, is to isolate the variable. First thing we're going to do is remove parentheses by using the distributive property. Then we're going to combine like terms on each side. Second step, we will add or subtract as needed to get all variable terms on one side and all constant terms on the other. Then we will combine like terms. Step 3, multiply or divide to solve for the variable. Step 4, not number 3, still haven't fixed that, will be to check all possible solutions. And remember, to maintain equality, we must perform the same operation to both sides of the equation. So let's go to our first example. 7k is equal to 4k plus 15. I have variables on both sides of my equal sign. So I want to move this variable over to this side. And I can do that by subtracting it, because this is a positive 4k, and I can subtract it from both sides. I have a minus 4k, minus 4k. These ones will cancel out because 4k minus 4k, you can get rid of those. And we end up with 3k. So now, this is a normal equation that you guys have been doing. We can, to get k by itself, we can divide by 3 on both sides. And this will cancel out. And we're left with k is equal to 5. My second example is 5x minus 2 is equal to 3x plus 4. Now I have variables on both sides of the equation, plus I have a constant on both sides of the equation. I'm going to start with moving my variable over. I'm going to do these one step at a time, and I'd like you guys to do them one step at a time in the beginning until we get more comfortable with them. So I'm going to move my variable over, like I said first. So I'm going to subtract 3x from this side, and you can do it either way. You could subtract 5x. I just prefer to have it over here, I guess. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. These two are going to cancel, and I'm going to be left with 2x, because 5x minus 3x is 2x, minus 2, I brought that down, is equal to a positive 4. I'm going to bring my 2 over to this side so I can have my variable by itself on the left-hand side of the equation. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides because I have a minus 2 here. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. These will cancel out. So I have 2x is equal to 6. So one last step before I can have x by itself. I'm going to subtract 2, or not subtract, I'm going to divide 2 from both sides of the equation. And these two are going to cancel out, and we'll have x is equal to 3. Next one, so 2 more. This one is 2k minus 5 is equal to 3 times 1 minus 2k. We follow our procedures. We are going to distribute first. We're going to distribute this 3 first. And so 3 times 1 and then 3 times the negative 2k. And make sure that you watch your signs so that they are what they need to be. So it gives me 2k minus 5 is equal to 3 minus 6k, because 2 times 3 is 6. So now I have variables on both sides of my equal sign, and I have constants again. I'm going to move my variables first. So I have a negative 6k. Don't forget to watch your signs. I have a negative 6k, and so I want to add 6k to both sides so that this can cancel out. So I can cancel that out. I got 2k plus 6k at 8k minus 5 is equal to 3. Next thing I want to do is I want to bring my 5 over to this side. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Cancel out. I'm going to have 8k is equal to 8. So now I'm going to divide by an 8 so I can get k by itself. So I'm going to divide both sides by 8. K is equal to 8 divided by 8. That's 1. K is equal to 1. For this next one, 3 minus 5x plus 2x is equal to negative 2 minus 2 times 1 minus x. There's a lot of steps here, and we're going to take them one at a time. I want to distribute first. Negative 2, and now notice that this is a negative 2, not a positive 2. This was a positive 3 that we distributed in before. This time we're going to distribute in a negative 2. So I'm going to have a negative 2 times 1, negative 2. Negative 2 times a negative x, we have positive 2x. So I'm going to rewrite all of this again. 3 minus 5x plus 2x is equal to negative 2. And this is where I distributed minus 2 plus 2x. So after we distribute, according to our procedures, we need to combine like terms. What do we have for like terms? Let's look at the left side first. So combine like terms on each side of the equal sign. So over here, on the left-hand side, I have a negative 5x and I have a positive 2x. Those are like terms. Over here, I have two constants and a variable. These constants, those are like terms, as you can see. So negative 5x plus 2x, we'll have a negative 3x. And negative 2 minus 2, we'll have a negative 4. So I brought everything else down. I brought my 3 down, minus 3x is equal to negative 4 plus 2x. I brought my 2x down. The next thing I'm going to do is I want to add or subtract as needed to get all variables on one side of the equation. So I have a positive 2x here. I'm going to bring it over to the left-hand side again. Positive 2x, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. Just like that. And now we have a minus 3x, negative 3x minus 2x. So that's going to leave me with a negative 5x there. So 3 minus 5x is equal to negative 4. Don't forget about your signs. And then I want to bring my constant over to the right-hand side now. So I'm going to subtract 3 because this is a positive 3 here. We don't have a negative sign in front of it, so it's a positive 3. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. And these will cancel out here. And it's going to give me a negative 7 over here. So I'll have a negative 5x is equal to negative 7. I want to get x by itself, and I have a negative 5 being multiplied by it. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 5. When I do that, these guys will cancel out. Now over here, I have a negative 7 divided by negative 5. I have two negatives. What do two negatives make? A positive. So I'll have x is equal to 7 over 5.